There is a great deal of speculation going on right now all over the internet, all across social media, that U.S. taxpayers might be seeing a $5,000 payment into their bank accounts very soon. This so-called Doge dividend is based on all of the fraud, waste, and abuse that's being uncovered by Elon Musk and his group in Washington, D.C. I'd like to ask my audience a very specific question, and I think it might illuminate the truth about where we really are as a country. Would you rather have $5,000 in cash right now in your bank account, or would you rather have $50,000 worth of your choice of cryptocurrency with the caveat that you had to hold on to it for 1 year? After that, you can do whatever you want with it, but it's $50,000. Which would you rather have? I think most people would take the $5,000 now. Because most people would say, well, look, I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold. I don't know what's going to happen next week. And with cryptocurrency, you can never tell. Some might say, well, if it was this currency, I'd take it. If it's this other currency, I wouldn't. But I would take the 50,000. I don't think very many would. Why? Because the devil is always in the details, and that's going to be the basis of today's video. I'm going to share some information with you that's getting swept under the rug that nobody is talking about, but it's a big deal. We're going from one story to the next so fast right now that people aren't keeping track of things. But we've been doing that here. Now, real quick, thank you everyone who's joined us, Florida Monkey Patreon channel. All of you who've joined us over there, who have stood in the breach and allowed my channel to continue here on YouTube, continue over there. Thank you very, very much. There's 4 levels over there of support, 2, 5, 10, and 15. Hundreds of videos going back years, never before seen on YouTube. Love to have you over there. Fully refundable, by the way. It's not like you'd lose anything first 90 days. No questions asked. Love to have you guys over there. Lots of topics. Lots of imagery, lots of subject matter that would never be allowed here. Now, you ready for this? Here's a blast from the past for you. This is me, a long time ago. And it's going to illustrate something that I think a lot of people, once they wrap their mind around it, will understand. Doge is saying that they want to give $5,000 to every taxpayer. Okay? Well, you're looking at 3 pictures of me at 3 different times in my life. At each time in my life here, I was a taxpayer. But at no time in my life, in these 3 pictures, was I an adult. Far left, I'm 16. Middle, 18. All the way over here, 20. Now, had a job when I was in high school. They took taxes out of my check. I don't know how that was, or is now, even legal, based on everybody being all up in arms about, oh, minors this, minors that, minors the other. How is it legal for minors to work and have taxes taken out of their check, but not be adults? You can't enter into a contract with a minor, can you? But nevertheless, I had a job. Same thing here in the middle, basic training. 8-week crash course on how to kill people. And the best tools to use it. Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Over here, even older. Been in the military for just a little bit here. Was just getting ready to go from, I think, E2 to E3 at this moment. But the point was 20, 18, and 16. You see, you give $5,000 to a tax-paying 16-year-old, and some people might say, well, that's, better get mom and dad involved. You kids can't hand $5,000 to a 16-year-old. Here in the middle, 18 years old, boot camp, wouldn't have made a difference that summer. You could have put $50,000 in my bank account, and I was still in the middle of boot camp. Wouldn't have done no good. And here, all the way over here, you could have given me $5,000, and I still couldn't have walked into a liquor store and bought this bottle of champagne being held by the 16-year-old all the way here to the left. Now, funny story, kind of an aside, My sister took this picture, and when the film got developed, back when you took rolls of film in and had them developed, my mom was not all too happy about this particular picture. It was kind of a joke, because I was, of course, at 16, not old enough to be drinking champagne. But, of course, as you can see, the champagne is sealed, and it's the cork's not popped. But I had a job at a grocery store where I handled people's bottles of champagne, bottles of wine, 6-packs of beer all the time. Putting them in bags, taking them out to their car for them. You know, then my mom was so upset about that. Now, moms are allowed to be upset about things. It is what it is. But the point being is that it didn't make any logical sense, did it? It didn't make any logical sense. The $5,000 would have been far more damaging to me at 16 had somebody just said, here's $5,000, 16-year-old me. You know, go have fun with it. You know, probably could have gotten in a lot of trouble. Here, 18 years old, technically an adult by all real measures, $5,000 would have made no difference at this time. And when you get all the way over here, I'm still, once again, restricted. This guy is just as much, when it comes to this bottle of liquor, just as much a minor as a 16-year-old is. That's how backward a country we are when it comes to our attitudes and beliefs about things and what is good and what isn't good. And mark my words, if $5,000 shows up in everybody's bank accounts overnight or over the period of a week or 2 weeks or a month in, say, spring or summer, if you think things are expensive now, just wait until the massive run on the stores happens. Because people are going to spend it. What if instead of, here's a third option for you, those of you who are still with us, $5,000 to you in cash right now, or $50,000 cryptocurrency, but you can't touch it for a year. You choose the crypto. Or $5 million payment on your behalf to taking down the national debt, and your name will be put on a plaque on the White House's website for the rest of your natural life. That Joe Schmo has now contributed $5 million, has done their citizenly duty, done their patriotic duty, and on behalf of them, $5 million has been paid now down on the principal of the debt. Not the interest, on the principal. Which would you choose? Now, as far as the things that are going on behind the scenes, how many of you out there were watching when Donald Trump signed the whole no more men in women's locker rooms thing and was so happy about it? Remember that? Remember he had all little girls and Riley Gaines was standing behind him, and Trump signs executive order banning transgender athletes from women's sports. Remember when I said the devil was in the details? Guess what? Riley Gaines, February 19. NCAA's new trans participation policy is as clear as mud, Riley Gaines says. Gaines and others have pointed out loopholes in the NCAA's policies. Now, I'm not going to go down and bore you with all the little details, but here's what's basically they're saying. Their policy says that if you are a man, you cannot compete. That's the word. You cannot compete in women's sports. Doesn't go the other way. Women can compete in men's sports all they want. Men, biological men, cannot compete. But guess what? You can be on the practice squad. That's right, ladies. You can be on the practice squad, meaning you can be on the team, the volleyball team, the girls' volleyball team, the girls' softball team, the girls' basketball team, and as long as you're not actually put into the games and you're just on the practice squad, you're not seen as competing on behalf of the team. You're just there to help with the practices like a scout team. So that means you still have access and you can still waltz right into the girls' shower room and get all scrubby-dubby. See, the president didn't do anything. He had a great photo op. He had a fantastic photo op, and everybody was cheering and making America great again and all this wonderful thing. But guess what? As long as the men who think they're women, are satisfied with just being part of the team and being on the practice squad, they have access to everything that the ladies do. So I guess it's Starship Troopers time. Starship Troopers time. And oh, by the way, the whole crypto thing. You remember that girl? Remember that girl who was walking around on the street and she was kind of, under the influence of something, I don't know, and she was with a friend of hers, and she said that one thing that one time that was kind of moderately funny, but then it got replayed 8 billion times across all over social media to the point where it got to where you couldn't, do anything without seeing her. Remember the old Hawk Tuah girl? Make crypto great again? Remember? See, she offered her own Hawk Tuah. Remember, crypto, of course, can't be fraudulently used to screw people over like the dollar has been, the fiat currency dollar, the stupid dollar, and we need crypto. Isn't that interesting? Remember what she did? The pump and dump scheme? Guess who else? President of Argentina. See, so it isn't limited to being scammed by just, random half-drunk girls on the street. President of Argentina. And funny story, Mr. Bitcoin hero himself has now backed off Bitcoin. They've made its country's legal tender. Well, now, guess what? Because he got a $1.6 billion loan from the IMF, they are reducing their Bitcoin. They're not purchasing any more Bitcoin, as per the IMF. See, the devil's in the details, right, Sansa? Right, Sansa? The devil's in the details, isn't it? See, Sansa thought she was getting her home back. Those, again, I know the vast majority of my people out there that watch my channel watched Game of Thrones. Remember, Sansa? The devil was in the details. You got into an arranged marriage that was going to give you your home in the north back. Yeah, but there were details that didn't come until later. And they came. They eventually came. Those of you who watch the series, I'll let you hearken back in memory to the devil that was in these details. Believe me, those details are coming again. So I'm going to ask again. $5,000 in worthless fiat dollars, worthless fiat digital US dollars in your bank account right now, or $50,000 in actual crypto value? Your choice. Or would you like to be an American hero, where $5 million of the U.S. debt is wiped away in your name, that people will see for the rest of your natural life? Which would you choose? To be a patriot? To be part of the future crypto world? Or do you want $5,000 right now? I think based on that, I might do a poll. Check the Florida Marquee Communities tab, what they call the Posts tab now. I think I'm going to put that poll up to see if I can find some way to word it within their character limits. I'm going to see if I can do that. Put that poll up and see how many people choose which. I think once we see, we'll see why we are $35 trillion in debt. So, once again, dumping $5,000 into 200 million bank accounts. Oh yeah, the bank accounts of 15, 16, and 17-year-olds as well might have a problem. So I'll leave it there. Those of you who say I never show myself on my channel, there you go. There's me. So I will leave it there. God bless. Pray for each other. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. Lift each other up. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time.